Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to 21 Easter eggs, storyline, and map change related secrets inside of the map of Chapter 3 Season 1. Loads of these you've never seen before, so it's going to be awesome. So make sure you are sticking around. And we're getting straight into this. As you can see already, we're already showing off the first one, and we are showing off the crack shot cabin outside of the logjam. There's a total of 5 chests in here, so it's a really good spot to land. It's just outside of the logjam POI, so make sure you pop by if you want to get that. It's really cool. It's the start of Winterfest, because Winterfest is just starting to ramp up in Fortnite. It's not fully started yet, but it's getting closer and closer to the start line. And on the topic of Winterfest, we've got our second one coming in now, which is actually going to be over at the Spillex station. So the Spillex is the rig, for those that don't know. The rig is what Spillex was, the original rig back in Chapter 2 Season 3, and they've actually set up their Christmas decorations for Winterfest early. And check this out, how cool is this? These Winterfest decorations are absolutely awesome, and you can see there are a variety of different ones they've used, and I think this is probably the most detailed Christmas decoration I've seen in the Battle Royale map for a long time. They've even gone like that far, they've even put it on somewhere like that, like equipment inside of their garage, which is pretty awesome. So Spillex, props to you. Okay, this one's amazing. This is probably my favorite one this chapter that I've found. This is actually in Greasy Grove with the Tacos restaurant. Do you remember the Tacos restaurant? What did it used to be before Tacos? Der Burger, right? Okay, so this red house over here has a secret bunker in the bottom section of it, and inside of this bunker we actually have a reference to the OG food fight. If you go inside of here, this is no entry, but we're gonna go in, and we're in, and here we have it. We've got Der Burger signs on the wall, we've even got a secret curtain there, and even cat food in here, and a bunch of books and stuff. So someone's living in here, and to me, I feel like it's Der Burger. He's located himself over here, he knows what's going on, he is a Der Burger fan, and he does not like that Tacos owns the restaurant currently, and he wants it back, just like we had in the original food fight, and I think we could see the return of it. You can see also in here, someone's definitely living here, or maybe 2 people are. But talking of food fight, I may as well mention this. I've actually built a food fight winter map for the Winterfest submission for creative, and it has been selected. So if you do see the map and want to play it early, the code is on screen, and you can go in the description to check that out, which is pretty awesome. So make sure you guys do that, would mean the world to me. Okay, vaults were coming up next. We're going to be loving vaults because there's actually 7 vaults on the map, and they're all owned by the 7 in the 7 design structures. So I'm going to be saying the word 7 a lot for the next few minutes, but these vaults are all scattered over the map. 7 different vaults owned by the 7, and you can actually go to these. And if you see the 7 kind of design of their structures of these vaults, you can go to them and open them up. But they require multiple people, these vaults, and you can do that with a little secret, which I'll show you guys in a set. So here's the 4th one. This one's outside the sanctuary. Really cool, and they're okay, and they've got this little red light outside, so you know which one the vault's in because it's got the red light. You know exactly which one it is when you see that red light, which one the vault's in the basement. So make sure you keep an eye out for that red light, like I said, really important as the red light again. And then finally, this is probably the most important one just outside of Sunny Stets, because this one actually holds a bunch of Easter eggs inside of it. So if you go in this one here, go down to the basement, down these stairs, you'll actually find the vault there on the right, and you'll find these radio tapes, or kind of like tape machines, or radios. Tape machines is what they really are. So go over to here, and this is where you can listen back to your tapes from this season's storyline as you do collect them around the map, which I think is really cool. It really does allow players to interact with the storyline and get more behind it, so everyone can listen to the tapes rather than just leakers, because if you get eliminated when you're listening to them, it's kind of frustrating. So I'm happy that Fortnite have added these in. Really cool little Easter egg for you guys, and there you have it. And also, for those that don't already know, this is a really cool one. You can actually open these safes with a chicken. Because you need 2 people to open most of these safes, you can use a chicken or an NPC or a friend, I guess, in duos, and you can come over here and open them. But to be honest, I wouldn't even land here. I think this is probably the worst spot to land, or maybe one of the worst spots, because the loot really isn't that good, especially for 2 of you. Maybe on solo if you do have a chicken, but you're not really going to find a chicken. I guess you could use the NPCs at the POI if you really wanted to. Alright, next up, this is Midas. This is one of the bigger ones. This is probably one of the biggest ones this video, because Midas has technically returned to the island. So outside of the sanctuary, past the Tomato Temple-like structure, you can see we have this modern style restaurant house over on the beach. Inside of here we have some petrol stations, or petrol pumps at the front to refuel our, I guess, boats if you're traveling by. But inside of here is where all the Easter eggs lie. It's like a cooking area, very, very high end, different stuff going on. And on the table we see this M, which stands either for Midas or Meowsles, or maybe both of them. But not just that, inside of here there is something even more secret than just this, and that's over on this side over here, just where the waitress would stand. And is the waitress Midas? I believe so, because he's got his book from the device event, which he used to plant the device event. So I wonder, does Midas work here? Does Midas own this place? I don't really know. I also thought at first maybe Ant-Man works here as well because it uses the same olive on Ant-Man's pickaxe, but maybe not. I don't know. I thought it was quite funny, and I was really looking at that when I was flying around. I was like, what's that? Maybe it's a reference to Ant-Man. Anyway, there he is, Midas. I wonder if this is his restaurant. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think this is Midas or not? And if you're not subscribed already around here, tap that subscribe button. Roughly 80% of you guys that watch this channel aren't already subscribed, and we're trying to get 700,000 as soon as possible, so thank you everyone considering to do that. Butterbarn also made a return for those that missed that in the previous map change video. Thought I'd give it another honorable mention because, you know, Butterbarn fans out there. It has a bit of an upgrade. It has some really nice exterior on the outside. Now the next one is coming in over at the Bugle, and this is a really cool one because this actually holds a bunch of Marvel Easter eggs from Spider-Man here, a comic reference to Spider-Man. Another kind of Marvel characters I couldn't put a name on it. This to me looks like Green Goblin, and also there's a bunch of other stuff in here as well. A Venom poster, and a few other items up here. Miles Morales by the looks of it on there, and some references back to the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 island in these photos here. We have a photo of the old racetrack at Paradise and also the Chapter 2 island. We'll check them photos out in a bit more detail as we go over to the next computers because some of them have them in a bit more kind of like showing or a bit more detail, which I think was a really cool Easter egg. So let's go on this one here. You can see the photos down here. We've got Chapter 1 on the left with the racetrack and Chapter 2 on the right, which is going to be the lighthouse just outside of Coral Castle. So yeah, really cool Easter eggs there inside of here. I thought that was a really cool one at the Spider-Man POI. Definitely one worth mentioning, which you guys should check out if you're over there. And Spidey webs are all over the map, which you can use to fling around. It's not really too much of a secret. I just thought I'd give it an honorable mention there for you guys. If you've not already seen them, you can use them to fling yourself around the map. Also, restaurants have made a return, and some of these are like the classic ones like Big Shot, but the best one here is Keyboard Kings. We've also got Noms returning, and even a Softies restaurant over at this side of the map at the Condo Canyon in the, I guess, the shopping mall section, which is really cool. So check that out if you haven't already in that section. Also, some random stuff which I found was this random cabin that had a really strange photo in. I have no idea what this is. So let me know in the comments if you had any idea what that was. And again, the same two assets being used here in this random cabin, which I thought I'd just put in because I thought it was really cool and random. By the way, it's reserved parking at Logjam, so make sure you're not parking there, guys. Next one we've got is trees. This is one that you've probably already tried out for yourself, but you can shoot down trees and they actually kind of create these huge logs now, which can be used as a item to go swimming with or just move around the map, and they also deal damage to players if they do hit them when falling. So if you shoot this onto someone in a build, it's going to damage them. Chances of actually hitting someone in a real situation is very rare, but it could happen, you never know. Also, the next one we've got is a guaranteed llama spawn. So if you want a llama every single game, again, this is at Logjam, just outside of Crackshot's cabin as well, so it's a really good rotational spot at the minute. This is probably one of the hot drops because of the amount of loot, and you can see this here is going to be a guaranteed llama spot just there. If you want it, go over there. You will get a llama there every single game. Also, over at the Joneses, there's an Easter egg back reference to stealthy strongholds there, and also some Easter eggs from possibly Jones's office or the IO headquarters, where you can see some references to Ghost, and a photo which I was never really too certain what it was. It reminded me of Anarchy Acres. I don't know if it was. And also inside of these buildings, they're all themed around the different NPCs in here, which are all Jonesy NPCs. Every single building is themed around a different one, so you can check them out for yourself. But here we have Brainiac's one, and also some Easter eggs to one of the Joneses from the classic POI IO's base, which is a one in the imposter mode for those wondering, and you also have a reference back to the Peely, which was used for one of the boxing challenges. That's it for today's video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, check out the videos on screen if you haven't already, and don't forget to go and use code POST in your item shop.